Jeff, you guys put up a historic number offensively tonight. How did you guys do that?
Yeah, just what I told you all year. I know y'all were thinking I was just giving y'all coach talk, but those kids show up every day. They have their notes. They're on time. They don't cause problems. It's the greatest testimony to our culture since we've been here. And I've never seen a team overcome what these guys have overcome. And they battled their butts back. And they got a chance to go to a bowl. I got 28 seniors, the highest I've ever had. And we got a chance to get it done here Friday night. And I couldn't be more happy just the way my kids have held themselves together all year, in spite of some really, really tough fourth quarter leads that we've blown or not been able to finish. And just happy for my kids, man.
What led to this offensive outburst today?
It started up front and our backs just committing, to running the football better. We just kept going at it. And, the 4th down and 1, we had a better play call, and I overrode Burke. That was on me. I just think there's a mindset there that, by gosh, we got to be able to hand the ball off and run behind our freaking guards and center and run the ball, and we didn't. And it's okay. I just told them we're going to keep chipping away at it. But it was a mindset. But it starts with our defense. They had 2 for 11 on 3rd down. That's incredible. That's a great offense, man. That's one of the best offenses in the country. 4th down, 1 for 5. Coach Lepp and those guys, man, they just kept battling, and they can make you look stupid very quickly, which they did a few times, but our kids just kept battling. It was a total team victory. Special teams, the onside kick Tate pulled off was unbelievable. Kale did a great job getting a snap down one time. Tate Sandell made great field goals. It seems like every time our offenses got back out there, I'm not sure we had a 3 and out. I would have to check my stats on that. But we had drives, even though we were not wanting to settle for field goals, we were at least keeping the ball from them. I believe we had the ball, again, like 40 minutes. And we ain't Army, right? So for us to keep it 40 like that, and they only have it 20, I think we're 18th in the country. And time of possession, it's just a bunch of coaches and players, in spite of unbelievable injuries, that don't listen to the noise. And we keep our head down. And I know it's coach talk to you guys, and we trust the process. We believe in our culture. And we're getting better still. We're just getting better.
Jeff, what can you say about the play of Owen? It looked like that first half he was as good as we've ever seen him.
Yeah, that's just who the kid is. He's ticked it himself. He underthrew the vertical. He just barely underthrew it. He missed a couple, but he didn't miss many. He had 2 touchdowns early, and we didn't get him caught. I mean, the kid was fantastic. And whenever you break a school record for offense, and he's followed the 4 years that he's followed with Frank Harris at the helm, it's phenomenal how these guys just hung in there.
You alluded to it, but what did it take to keep this team together through some of the lows to deliver the kind of results we've seen the last 2 games?
It really is our culture. And I know you were the main one, and JJ, I understand you got to report what you're hearing, challenging our culture. And our kids just, they spit back at you. And so keep challenging them. But, it's easy to play ball when you're winning and you're 10-2 and 11-1 and 12-0, all the things we've done. Where are you when that crap gets hard? And I think this team is going to be one of those ones we'll always remember, Greg, for just not giving into it. And that's tough in this new world. That's tough. We didn't deal with that when I was young. We didn't have all that. But our kids have literally been amazing. And I can't be more proud of them. I really, and you had every right to challenge our culture and what that looked like. I wasn't being a smart aleck. But our kids have shown it back, like what they really are made of.
You guys continued to pound the ball in the running game, and then at the end, Robert Henry's able to break that big one. Was that a gratifying moment for you with the way that unit started?
As good a moment as we've had all year, to be honest with you, Greg, just because it's been so frustrating, Bubba. And we had been so close so many times. And Robert his other touchdown run might have been better. I mean, that one was literally just him saying, I'm getting in the end zone. And during the break, we challenged our backs. Like, how many times have they cut on air before they got to the line of scrimmage? And those backs did a good job of grading themselves, and they graded themselves very hard. And they had got spooked so many times all year that they weren't trusting it. And tonight, they trusted it and just hit it up in there, and it came through for us.
Coach, when North Texas got it to 33-27 early in the fourth quarter, what was the messaging on the sideline to the team, between the coaches or the players?
Now, we thought we had to score 50 to win the ball game. We weren't going to blame. I mean, I know all the armchair quarterbacks want us to hand the ball off and blah, 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 blah. And, we ran the low trick play, and, I liked it because of the name of the play. I'm not even going to tell you what the name of the play was. It's a nice little name. And, I'll just let that go. But there was a great call and very well executed. And what's funny, in practice, Willie never comes open, like ever. But Amador's always open on the cell cut. And they covered Amador like a blanket, and they turned Willie loose. You can practice this stuff. The double pass we threw back to Owen, we practice that thing 10 trillion times. We run that play as much as we do inside zone. And Owen looked like he ran 37 yards backwards before he caught it. This football's a crazy game, man. And y'all are welcome to come to practice. We actually work this stuff all the time. It just looks like we don't sometimes.
Jeff, you mentioned Amador, a big night for him. Just what is his impact since returning from the injury?
It's his whole life. Go watch him in North Shore. Everybody says he's too short, he's too slow, he's too this, he's too that. And when he was there for us to take, I couldn't have thanked my lucky stars enough. We've got so much offense into that kid. It's just unique. I mean, he's Jim Thorpe-like. He can throw it, he can run, he'll block, he can catch it. He literally is just that kid. And the first screen I might could have scored on, but the next one, I bet he broke, 4 or 5 tackles. I know on the bubble out there where they flipped him up and hurt him a little bit. He's just that guy, man. You're gonna keep seeing more of him, and I hope we can get McEwen back too. I'd really like for y'all to see, what we had planned all year.
What happened with the offensive line? It looked like you were shuffling some guys out there. Was it injury?
Yeah, we lost our left tackle and right tackle, and we'll get an update, but I'm really proud of Buffalo and Meach for stepping up. And, we already had Lopez lost for the year early, then we lost Finley for the year, then we lost Mekhi Hart for the year. So when you're already down 3, and then you lose 2 more, it's really amazing what these kids have done. I really hope somebody will pull back, and just appreciate what all these other kids have done. It's been phenomenal.
Jeff, is there any vindication for the offense that your offensive coordinator took a lot of heat in the first half of the season? And I don't think many people saw a record coming this year.
Somebody was giving my offensive coordinator heat. They need to watch football. I mean, the guy's a hell of a coach, and those kids have never given up on him, not once. And he went through some rough stretch there. There's no doubt. We were frustrated, but those injuries were tough, and that quarterback has hung in there, and that offensive line, all those kids have hung in there. I mean, y'all could, if you'll pull back and just be honest and look at all the kids that have been out there, it's unbelievable the different. I bet sometimes y'all even have to look at who's that kid, who's that kid. So I don't ever look at it that way, JJ, because here's why. The moment you start giving coaches credit, you just know me, I'm not doing it much. I mean, I'm going to give the players credit, and we're always going to take the blame, and that's just the way it's going to always be. But am I happy for my offensive staff? Yes, but because of how they've held in there, and those players have kept believing in them, and that's why. I can't believe somebody said something bad about my offensive coordinator.
Jeff, how'd you look at the defensive effort today in the big picture? I know they knew they were going to give up some yards, but they came up with some big stops and some big takeaways as well.
That's what I've said all year. I know we've all been frustrated about the untimely penalties. We've been frustrated about certain things. You can't question our kids' effort. You cannot question one time the entire season have our kids ever just tapped out. They play. Every single coach I see before the game, they're like, y'all are the most unlucky snake bit team I've ever seen, and your kids just keep playing their tails off. And they do. They just do.
You mentioned the trick plays, doing that on back-to-back plays. Was there any kind of mindset coming into this game that you guys just kind of had to go for to bring something extra to the table?
No more than usual. It's just the guy. You can't just call trick plays to call them. You got to have certain guys that have the skill set to do the trick play, and it helps when you get guys that can throw back there. And then you put David back there and do something with David, and you can see their defense. As soon as David gets back there in a spot he's not supposed to, they're all going crazy, and so we move on. It works because of the players. It just does. Getting Amador back makes all that happen.
Jeff, what does it mean to be able to reach bowl eligibility at a home game next week?
I think it would be huge. I bet if we took, odds, you big about telling me the odds, JJ, there wasn't a lot of people that would have thought we were going to be a home dog to Memphis, double digit, I'm assuming, I don't even know, and pull that off, then home dog again, and then pull that off. And now we got a real chance against a good team. Coach Drayton, who I have a lot of respect for, stands a good man. And I know he'll have his guys come here and play hard as heck Friday night.
Anything else for Coach Traylor?
JJ, I'm going home to my dog, Izzy. Home dog, brother JJ.
Thanks, Jeff.